What's up, everybody? It's your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. Listen, we have a Classy Climb teacher that's come in and taught in multiple classes. We love having him on. Mr. O'Neil Parker, best waves in Louisiana coming through. O'Neil, say hello to the
What's up?
audience.
What's up? What's going on, everybody? Thank you for having me here, Miss Erica. I love to always come back. Love to be here and give value to the people. What's going on?
For sure. Listen, everybody, you know how we do at this channel. I want you to put your city and state in the chat. Why? This allows us to figure out where to do meetups, events, and where we can reach out to you guys at. It helps with the algorithm. Make sure you hit the like button. O'Neil, man, listen, when people tell me, oh, Eric, you don't understand. I'm in the South. I don't make a lot of money. I'm from Louisiana. I'm from Texas. And I
Hmm.
go, nah, man, O'Neil Parker. Go look him up. Now, O'Neil, your story is very unique, and I love that about it. Kind of tell us how you kind of kicked into, this social media space because you were like, you bought your house at what, 16, baby face? How old were you?
The first one was 21. First one was 21. Second residence was 23.
And what made you jump out at 21 and buy a home?
I'll be honest. When I was like age 15, 16, I was like, I really I want to build my first house at 21. Because for me, I never rented an apartment or anything. I went from my
Mm-hmm.
parents' house to my own house. I knew and understood that at a young age that renting an apartment, renting a house is getting another family rich and not my own.
For sure.
So I was never interested in getting an apartment or never interested in renting a house because I knew it can't be that hard to buy a house. So I figured out how to do it and I made it
Mm-hmm.
happen. And so really why I did it was because I worked like 45 minutes away from my parents' house. So I was like,
Got you.
I don't really like driving, so let's see if I can find something closer. And then that's how
Mm-hmm.
it happened. But crazy thing is, it was in a different city. I live in Lafayette, Louisiana. My job was in Baton Rouge, so I built a house in Baton Rouge. But the traffic's so bad, it take me an hour to get home. And if I drive back to my parents' house, it take me like 45 minutes. So I was like, should just stay where I was.
Not the Baton Rouge. Listen, Baton Rouge. I'm gonna give a little shout out to Baton Rouge. Y'all out here winning all the championship rings. The
That's it.
girls out here give me the rings. But Joe
Baseball
Burrow,
team,
good gracious, your baseball team, thick
yes
booty
sir.
Judy's out there. It's crazy.
Yes, sir.
So I love it. I love it. Uh, so oh yeah, and little Bootsy, I forgot. I had to think about it for a
Shout
second.
out to Gates, shout out to Boosie.
Shout out to Bootsy. Um, And so, what were your career that you were in that you moved you out there that way anyway?
So I was doing NDT, which is non-destructive testing. I was
Mhm.
doing rope access. So what we do is work in the oil and gas petrochemical plants. We
Mhm.
test the thickness of the pipes that the chemicals run through,
Mhm.
and we give. Let's just say we test the thickness. We get with the engineers and let them know, hey, this is pretty thin. We may need to change it, and then just to protect the the area and the thickness
Right.
of the pipe, so you don't have explosion or things like that.
For sure.
I did that for like 5 years, and then I quit.
So I saw you in pictures on the Instagram climbing up ladders on ropes. How did they get you into that position? Like, what did they say? Hey,
I'll
man,
be honest.
got you a
So
job.
crazy story is I went to school for that.
Mm-hmm.
School for it was like 8 days. It wasn't nothing crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started off as a
Mm-hmm.
temporary person. Out of 8 people, I was the only one who got hired to have a full time job. So I
Dang.
started in a different department, which is
Mm-hmm.
called edit current. The pay wasn't all that. I think I started at 16.50, and I got up to like $22 in my first year. Got like 5 raises.
Mm-hmm.
But what moved me from that part of the company to another part, the rope access part, was the pay.
Mm-hmm.
Because me myself, I learn a lot very fast, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
not cool with staying in one spot if I know somebody else's position. So when I
Right.
started, I was like, how could I get to the highest spot as fast as possible? So I knew everybody job because I wasn't just sitting there just playing my thumbs. I was actually learning the next person's position. So
Mm-hmm.
the growth was too slow for me. So I moved to rope access because you can start off at that time you can start off at 20 and
Mm-hmm.
get up to $38 in a year. So I was like,
Right.
if I kind of leverage my job, leverage my credit to buy real estate, I needed to make as much money as possible. So trans over, switched departments, started making more money. So that's what I did, and I enjoyed it. I think when I left, I was making like $45 an hour. So,
Ooh, okay, 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 big boy. I like
yeah.
it.
So the growth was a lot faster, a lot quicker, and that's what I did. And they had too much favoritism in other departments, so I switched.
Oh, got you. Well, I do like your pictures of you on the ropes and climbing up. I just find it
Yeah,
very inspiring. I
it
think,
was fun.
yeah, it looked like it's fun. It's like you're doing new stuff, different stuff. I like that. And so usually people say, "Well, how can I buy real estate, O'Neill, with little or no money?" But you had some money, just
Yeah,
a little bit.
for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. But you can teach. You teach people now how to do it with little to no money.
Of course. I just got one student
Hmm.
closed on two properties yesterday. No money out of pocket, no banks, no credit needed.
And so, I think now what you're more into the community space, right? You're doing membership. You got the mentorship going. You.
Mhm.
I love
Yes,
it. Love
ma'am.
it. Love it, because your Instagram is always very popping. I like it.
Okay,
So,
okay. Got the
y-
StreamYard popping.
you got to show people, what I'm talking about. And so, one of the things I love is you came onto our Middleman to Millions course, and people to this day are like, man, O'Neill, you gave a good teaching that day. So what made you start Equity Hub, which is, I think, in my mind, is a construction company, but you feel free to, correct me.
So Equity Hub is like a brand, right? And
Mm-hmm.
under that we have construction and we also have acquisitions, which
Mm-hmm.
is wholesaling company.
Mm-hmm.
What made me start is because I'm vertically integrated in the real estate space.
Mm-hmm.
So meaning I own an acquisitions company, I own a fix and flip company, I own a construction company, I own
Mm-hmm.
a title company, I own property management, pretty much everything under the umbrella of real estate. Um, reason being because I
Wait,
like
wait, wait. Slow that down. Slow that down. Say that again for the audience. He
I
owns
own
a.
property management,
Mm-hmm.
credit repair,
Mm-hmm.
construction company acquisitions, which is wholesaling, fix
Right.
and flip, and also rentals,
Make
and a
fix
title
and
company.
flip.
Hmm.
And you owned a roofing company for a while there, right?
In a construction company. Yeah, we still do that. That's a construction job right there.
Well, I didn't know if it was separate or underneath the
No,
umbrella,
no, no.
So
Yeah.
look, y'all, hardest working man in Louisiana, okay? Give him the Tom Joyner Award, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So the reason why it's like that is because why not own the things that you use all the time? Like
Mm-hmm.
if I use if I know I'm gonna buy property and do the construction,
Mm-hmm.
why not own the construction company? If I
Right.
know I'm gonna buy a property
Mm-hmm.
and I have to get a property manager because I don't want to do it, why not own the property management company? Like instead of me paying all these other people, I might as well pay my own people and pay myself. Because everybody knows somebody that needs a job. Everybody knows somebody that wants to be an entrepreneur. Why
Mm-hmm.
not put them in a position to be a partner and they take over that?
I love it. How many managers you got working underneath you?
Just one, my wife do all that. She got to do
He's like,
something. So,
he's like, I got something for you, girl. I got something for
yeah,
you to
so
do, girl.
she has it work since she was 23 when we had our second kid. So she got to
Listen,
do something.
she living the best life. I love it.
I'm trying to do what I can,
Everybody said they love your mindset in the comment section. So they love your
What's up, yo?
mindset.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
So now you got the construction company. Now you got this. How do you? Because this is what most people gonna say. Man, he got a construction company, he got a roofing company. How is he competing? Because this is what people think. How is
Mhm.
he competing with the Latinos? And I'd love for you to tell them.
Well, I'm not really. I am competing with them, but I'm not
Mm-hmm.
because I hired them to work with me.
There you go. There you
So
go.
you got to think about it. A lot of people, let's just say, I'm not really competing with them because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people that needs construction work, they can't communicate with them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know where to find them. They don't know how to
Mm-hmm.
find the qualified Latinos. Because
Right.
just because you hire a Latino don't mean you hired a good one. You could have hired
Yep.
somebody
Yep. Yep.
from construction 2 weeks ago. So
Man, listen.
they can't.
I was down below. I was in Panama, and they were like, "Don't hire Venezuelans." It
Yeah.
was wow.
You know what I'm saying? So you just
Mm-hmm.
never know what you're getting. So you can
Mm-hmm.
go hire somebody at Home Depot or Lowe's, but they could have just started last week. So you hire them,
Right.
everybody else do the same thing, pay some money up front, they stay for
Mm-hmm.
2 days and they out of there.
Right.
So for me, I treat people with respect. I care about my name. I do
Mm-hmm.
good work. And at the end of the day, I want you to get the product that you're asking for.
Right.
I'm not gonna run off on you. And I don't even ask for money up front.
You listen. I tell people all the time, you shouldn't be asking for money up front,
No. Like
because you should
right.
have payroll, and you should have employees,
Thank
and
you.
you should have, what I'm saying, like, it's a conversation, but people ain't ready for it.
That's it. So I try to take all the failure out of the real estate,
Mhm.
all the fear, because a lot of fear is people contractors taking their money.
Mhm.
The fear is buying a house, you can't find nobody to fix it, or they
Right.
run off. In my mentorship group is the fear I can't find a good deal, or they're relying on realtors to find them a deal.
Uh-huh.
So, like what we do in my mentorship group is I have a wholesaling company, right? So what I
Mhm.
do is all the deals that we get, I send it in our Facebook group first, give them an
Right.
opportunity. Hey, we have discounted properties right here. You
Mhm.
can buy properties from us, and then once you buy a property from us, I'll say, hey, go to this title company or whatever. And then once you do that, I do the construction, so you can learn from me, somebody that you trust, somebody that ain't gonna run off on you, and
Right.
you can learn the construction hands on. I teach you how to do it. So next, when you do your next deal, you do your own construction, or I can do it as well. I'm not gonna run off on you. I don't need no down payment.
For sure.
You trust me, and I'm
Mhm.
gonna give you the quality work that you want, and it's gonna be done in a fast amount of time. It's not gonna take 3 months. It ain't gonna take 6 months. It's gonna take
Right.
weeks, maybe 6 weeks, depending on the materials, and we in and out.
Okay, so they get access to your wholesaling first if they're in your mentorship group.
Oh yeah, they get the access
Okay.
to the deals first for sure.
Okay. And is it a rolling basis on the mentorship? Like, how can people get in, or when can they get in?
So I'm actually starting a new one next Tuesday, July 11th, and it's live. I teach like on the if you go on the website o'neillparker.com,
Mm-hmm.
it says it's 8 weeks, but my last one was 16 weeks. So if I have more information to give you, I'm gonna give it to you, and it's
Right.
all for a lifetime. So
Mm-hmm.
let's just say you get in on July 11th, we go 12 weeks or 16 weeks. You still not understanding something because I teach a lot of different things. I
Right.
know you're not gonna get it the first time, so I say, "Look, come back to the next class,
Right.
understand what you're doing, and implement things, and then come to the next one and learn the next thing. You need to learn one strategy before you move on to the next. You're not gonna
Right.
be me in 1 year, all right? I don't want you to
Because
be.
you've been doing this for
It's been
eight
7
years.
years, 7
Oh,
years.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I teach how to find good deals. I
Mm-hmm.
teach how to analyze deals, and then you need to have an exit strategy. Once you analyze the deals, you can fix it, flip it, you can wholesale it, you can buy it as a rental, or you can
Mm-hmm.
sell it on terms. So I want people to find great deals themselves, not rely on a realtor, not rely on their uncle, not rely on their daddy. Find it yourself,
Mm-hmm.
know how to analyze it yourself, and know how to exit yourself. All right.
Right.
Because the thing about real estate is people get in real estate, and first thing they want to do is call a realtor. Hey, I need a good deal. The
Yeah.
realtor
No.
job is not to a realtor is not an investor. They are a realtor. Their job is to sell your property, make 3% or 6% or whatever it
Right.
is.
Right.
They don't know what a good deal is. 9 times out of 10, they don't own a house themselves. They may not own the house they live in, or they don't own a rental. So why are you relying on somebody else that's not even an investor to find you a good deal?
Exactly. Uh, just want to reach out. This guy's doing it right. Great businessman, takes care of his wife. Shout out to all the cities. Michelle was like, "How much is the class?"
299. It's very discounted price compared to a lot of other people, but
Yeah,
it's not
I'm in
really about,
O'Neill's class for $2, y'all. I'm in there
yeah.
for $2,
It's
but
not really
everybody else $2.99.
it's not really for me. It's not really about the money because I
Mm-hmm.
really make money in my business.
Mm-hmm.
Some people
That
just
part.
educate, and that's how they make their money. That's how they make their
Mm-hmm.
living off of education. So it's 3,000 lifetime. I really was teaching this for like a year and a half for free, but people don't appreciate free. They don't
Free.
respect free. They don't put in
Yeah.
work for free. So the 3,000 is just to make a commitment for yourself and
Mm-hmm.
for you to do the work.
So you see, there's so many different people in here right now. I mean, I'm talking about Memphis, Houston, Killeen, New Jersey, New York, DFW, Atlanta, Long Beach, California. What's up? Other California, somebody in Massachusetts, Ohio, Georgia. These people are all from all over the country. Is
Mhm.
there a way they can be inside your mentorship, and are all these deals going to be in Louisiana, or what is it going to be?
Nah, so I got people from all over. I got people from Florida, Atlanta, Houston,
Mm-hmm.
Dallas, New York,
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore. Yeah. So now the deals I have are in Louisiana,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
but let's just say you're in a different market. I could probably connect you with a wholesaler out there that's qualified, and
Mm-hmm.
I can get you some deals that way. So I'm all
Right.
about
Right. Right.
the people actually doing what they want to do. Because in the beginning of the class, I ask people, "What's your goals for the next year?" And for
For
me,
sure.
I'm gonna call you out if you ain't doing the work. Like, I ain't see you got no motion going on. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? I really want you to reach the success that you want for yourself because I can't want it more than you, and I don't want you to even join if you're not serious. If you're
For
not
real,
serious,
listen,
stay your
y'all.
ass where you at.
You know, many
Cause
people spend money and they don't learn nothing. They don't do anything. It's crazy.
yeah,
Um,
because people in my class or group, whatever you want to call, I call it family. They
right.
really doing what they set out to do. They buying houses, they wholesaling houses, and they really making money.
You guys, I'm just gonna tell you, just as a personal experience, you get in a jet stream when you're in a mastermind or you in a group, and every day everybody's like, "Yo, did you find some land today? Did you find some land today? Did you
Yeah.
call some wholesaler? Did you go on Facebook Marketplace?" It's a
Accountability.
different mindset. You like, dang, like let me get busy. Like it starts to look crazy when you ain't doing nothing.
Exactly.
Um, Now where would they find the link? Because Michelle's like, I'm in Crawford, Georgia. I'm ready. I'm serious.
Uh, Go on my Instagram. As you
Okay.
can see, she pulled it up. Is the third link in my bio.
Third link in his bio, y'all. And it
Third
starts
link.
next Tuesday.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's live at 7 p.m. Central every Tuesday. We have live classes, and they all recorded.
I call Central Texas time, 7 p.m. Central Texas time.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
someone said, "Hey, man, I'm a wholesaler in Lafayette. Can I connect with you? Let's connect." How can he reach out
Oh,
to you? How can he work with you?
man, come on, bro. Shoot me a text. You can shoot me a text right now. Let me see that. I just got a new number. Let me see. I don't even know what it is.
He got 50 phones. Hold on, y'all. He got to look at the number.
Let me see. How long you been in wholesaling? Let me ask you that.
Christopher Washington, how long you been wholesaling? It's your time to shine, y'all. This is where y'all ask questions. Y'all know what time it is when it's lunchtime. When I bring on people for lunch, guys, you better get these questions in because
Yeah.
I respect his time. He got things to do today.
I'll say if anybody is interested, you text this number right here, cash flow to 337
337
381
381
0208.
0208.
If you on here, is yes, it's 299, but I'll give you a discount code since you on here with Eric. But you gotta text cash flow. And then after this get over, I'll text y'all a discount code. If y'all really want it, I give you opportunity.
They said Michael Darby said, "My boy, Bo Neal." Michelle Henderson said, "Thanks, people." Christopher Washington, don't forget texting the message. How long you been wholesaling? He wants you to reach out. Now, everybody on the screen, as you can see, I always provide. Like anytime my guests give numbers, don't miss out. This is such
Nah,
a. It's rare people give their numbers for y'all to hit them up, but three three
yeah.
seven 381 0208.
And the
Now,
thing about
Neil.
me is
Okay.
I don't sell my mentorship. You could just speak to the people that's in it.
Yeah, that part. Listen.
I got real receipts, baby.
Here's the this is and I'm gonna say this, like I put them in the same class as me and many others. Like when we put events together or we put mentorship, they sell out in a week or two, right?
Yep.
I put an event for Arizona out. I was sold out in 2 weeks
Right.
because people are serious about construction, real estate, getting in the game. Because right now, Neil, everybody's like, oh my God, it's a recession coming. How can a person become a millionaire or at least skilled in the art of real estate during a recession? Could you help them with that?
Man, it's so easy.
Mm-hmm.
So I always tell people the fact everybody want to be a millionaire, right?
Right.
That's the way to be a millionaire that I know of is in real estate
Mm-hmm.
because you can buy like I'm gonna give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
Two girls that's in the family, two girls,
Yep.
25.
Mm-hmm.
They're buying four properties for 260,000. Three of them, somebody could live in there right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're appraised for 820.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just do the math real quick. 820, 820,000 minus 265. So just them once they close on it,
Mm-hmm.
they'll be worth over $500,000.
Nice.
That's one deal. And the crazy thing is, they don't need no money. They're closing these deals with zero money out of pocket, not a dollar, because
So
they were
creative financing is what we're talking about. We're talking about creative financing, y'all.
creative financing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just one deal. They're worth $500,000. So let's just say they do four of them. They worth 2 million.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you find these good deals? How do you leverage where you are? Like if you have no credit, if you have no money,
Right.
you got to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to learn how to do marketing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what business you're in.
Right.
Wholesaling is a marketing business.
Mm-hmm.
If you know how to target people directly, you can always make money. And that's what we're teaching people how to target these people directly. So your question was how to make money in this market?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
In this market, everybody got issues. People
That's
are
right.
dying every day. People bought
Mm-hmm.
properties 2 years ago at 2%, 3%. They lost their job. Now they can't pay it.
Mm-hmm.
Is your job as an investor is to solve their problem. You could take over their mortgage,
Mm-hmm.
right? You can wholesale their property to the right person that knows how to take over a mortgage.
Right.
Let's see what else you can do. You can wholesale, find properties direct to seller, people that have
Mm-hmm.
problems, and sell it to people like myself.
Mm-hmm.
Make money, right? Let's just say you want to buy rentals.
Right.
Interest rates are going high. Mean people are buying less. Mean people are renting more. Rent rates are going up. You have to buy properties at deep discounts. One of my people just called me. They're buying a property at 35,000. The appraisal came in today, 120,000. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't care if the interest rate is 10%. If their debt is only 40, their house is worth 120. They're still making money because the rent rates is 1,200. Their
Mm-hmm.
mortgage payment on like what, $500.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So another thing, what you can do. Let's just go back to the other scenario. If somebody bought a house 2 years ago, their interest rate is 2%. You as an investor need to know how can you buy this property, take over the payments, and then you can sell the property again to somebody else. Because in every market, they have people that can't go get mortgages.
Right.
So I'm gonna give you an example. So let's just say they bought a house 2 years ago for 200,000. The interest rate is 2%. I don't know what that payment would be. Let me see. Let me figure it out real quick. I'm gonna
No
give you
worries.
some
Listen,
real game.
this your time. Go ahead.
Let me see. Give y'all some real game real quick. Let me pull out my calculator. All right, so let's just say somebody bought a house 200,000. This is a real scenario. 30-year term at 2% interest. Their payment would be $739.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say they call you. Hey, I bought this house 2 years ago. It's worth maybe they just bought it for 200 2 years ago. Now it's
Yep.
probably worth 192 or
Right.
190,
A little bit less.
and they owe 198. So they owe more than it's worth at this period. You can take over that mortgage, and now you can sell that same property to somebody else that can't qualify for a mortgage for 240. You can sell
Mm-hmm.
it more than what it's worth because now you're selling it on terms. And you say, hey, you can have this house for 220. I need you to give me 20,000 down. That's money in
Mm-hmm.
your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And I need you to pay me 2,000 a month. So now you're making $1,300 every month. You got 20,000 up front, and you have no maintenance because you are the bank on that property. You're not a
Mm-hmm.
landlord. So now you made $20,000, and you're making $1,300 a month, so that can pay your mortgage at your house.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't come out of pocket nothing. I didn't use a bank. I didn't use my credit. Anybody can do this. And they got people all over America that bought houses 2 years ago that can't even afford it no more.
Yeah, they gotta move. Their parents got sick. Man, I know so many people in Texas, they love in Texas, but oh, my parents is sick. I can't
That's it.
afford to put money back home and here. So I gotta go. Right? I see
All
that all
day.
the time.
All day. And that's
All
a real
day.
example of what you can do right now.
So just so y'all can hear what we're saying. Also Christopher Washington said he'd been doing it for 7 years and he got 4 rentals.
Nice.
Wholesaling. Okay, so yeah,
Need to
connected.
turn you up, man. Four not enough. I got people doing 4 in 3 months. I'm just saying.
So let's just say I'm giving as many questions that y'all can think of. Hit the like button if you're enjoying the content. You know what we like to do here at Classic Time. Drop a one in the comments so people know we're enjoying the conversation. Okay, so O'Neal, let's say somebody come to you, they're like, man, O'Neal, I only got 50K cash. Can I do a turnkey, or what should I be learning what to do from you?
Gotcha. So somebody got 50K, I'll say keep your money
Mm-hmm.
'cause you don't need money.
Mm-hmm.
When you have money, you throw money at problems. So keep your
Right.
money in your pocket
Mm-hmm.
and learn how to get in this game. Learn how to find deeply discounted properties. If
Mm-hmm.
you want to buy rentals, again, keep your money in your pocket
Mm-hmm.
and learn how to find these deeply discounted rentals. Leverage local banks.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully your credit is good if you got 50K.
Let's work on that credit. But you have a credit repair program, so I mean,
That's
I'm
it.
not even.
We can help you with that. So leverage your 50K. You can either put it in accounts to get business credit.
Mm-hmm.
You want to leverage your 50K as much as possible. Put in accounts to get you business credit. Um, get as much business credit as possible. And also learn how to find deeply discounted properties and leverage smaller banks in your area.
Right.
Credit unions, I'm talking about small banks that have 3 branches because
Listen,
they have to
that's the
lend.
lit.
They have to lend to the community. They have
Mm-hmm.
to.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're qualified, you have a job or whatever. If you're using local banks, 9 times out of 10, you got to have a business that's been producing money. You got your tax together. You
Mm-hmm.
got a job, that's even better. Banks love people that have jobs. Go to them, say, "Hey, I'm an investor. What kind of products do you guys have for real estate investors?" And you start using them and finally finding deeply discounted properties yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Don't rely on your realtor. Don't rely on other wholesalers. Learn how to do it yourself. Get you deeply discounted deals. Buy properties at 50,000 that's worth 150. Now you got equity. You can do a cash out refi if you want. I would do it probably 80,000. Put some money in your pocket for doing the work, and you keep it moving.
Listen, y'all. Gems. No. Listen, I want y'all to understand what we just been saying. If you're a part of my funding course, you already know this, right? You know some of this about the smaller banks, but he knows a next level kind of conversation. But if you're inside the funding course or inside in my community groups, I do a thing where I print out all the credit unions in individual states and we put it inside the Facebook groups because that's where the money is. That's where the smaller bank has to work with you. So O'Neill, we have people in the comments, they're like, man, are your mentees taking over these properties in LLCs or their personal names?
LLCs only.
Hmm. Okay.
LLCs only.
And then we want to shout out to Six the Goddess. I think she's a former basketball player. I'm not certain, but she's a millionaire on paper. She has 5 houses worth 300,000 to 350,000 each. They are paid
Congrats.
off. I started when I was 24. I'm 48 now. Congratulations.
Congrats. So what's the next move now? You got to do something else now.
Yeah, Six the Goddess. What's the next move? What you doing? Let us know. I think you in
Yeah.
hot Atlanta, ain't you, Six the Goddess? So Atlanta, a little
Mm,
expensive right now.
I love it, Lamb.
So City Light Property said, man, what's the best way to find discounted infill lots? How do I find them?
That's all you got to do is pull you a list of vacant properties, vacant lots, and you get to get on the phone, start calling them, or go drive for dollars. Any area that you looking for lots,
Mm-hmm.
every Saturday and Sunday, you should take the time out your busy schedule because everybody's so busy these days.
I mean, they napping on Saturday and on Twitter,
Come
but that's
on
okay.
and do the work. Everywhere where
Mm-hmm.
you want to build new construction, you go drive those neighborhoods. You should know those neighborhoods better than everybody else. Everybody in those neighborhoods should be knowing you because soon as a property goes vacant off a sale, they should be calling you. So you got to build your presence in that area if you're serious about getting infill lots in a certain area.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me in Lafayette, a lot of people know, hey, O'Neill buy houses.
Man, O'Neal buy it from you.
I get deals all the time just by my personal brand and people
Mm-hmm.
knowing who I am. So if you're really serious about getting infill lots, are you going to real estate investing groups in your area? Do people even
Mm-hmm.
know your name? So you can't even say you're looking for stuff if you're not taking your business serious.
Right. Man, O'Neal, I went to a networking event, right? People like, Ericka, you still go to network? I'm like, yeah, all the time. I
Me
go to
too.
the event. Huh?
Me too.
Yeah, I went to an event in Austin. It's the funding office. So they like, here, drink beer on us, drink wine on us. They're like, listen, we'll get you them DSR loans. We'll get you money. What's up? If you got a rental, show us your documentation. And it was people in the room like, I ain't even never heard of y'all, but I found this network events, right? So they're in the room. The companies that are giving the money are even throwing networking events, right? Because they want your business.
Mhm.
And I mean, there were so many people in that room, O'Neill, like every single one of them was a hitter, right? There were like 3 construction companies. And it was just like, you guys, you have to expand your circle. You keep asking the same 3 cousins what they think about real estate, and you got to let that go. You got to get around room with new people, new energy, new mindsets.
I would say don't ask nobody advice if they never did it before.
That
Don't waste
right
your
there.
time. Don't ask your parents because your parents ain't never did it before.
Don't ask your grandma. She just cooked good. Don't ask her. She don't know.
If somebody is not in a position where you want to be in, you don't even need to ask their advice.
For sure, for sure.
They can only
Uh,
be negative because they never been in that position before.
for sure. So people can do turnkey with you in Lafayette. You can run their construction for them. That's so great. Then people can also learn how to get deals themselves
Mm.
inside the mentorship. So O'Neill, if somebody's like, "Hey man, I started working with you and it's taken a little bit," what is your response? Do you say, "Hey man, you need to commit a year, 2 years to this"? What do you think?
If you serious, you can make something happen. Like while you in the class, how I teach is I teach the steps what you need to be doing. So week 1, you need to be doing the same thing what I just taught. As soon as we get up the call, week 2, you need
Hmm.
to do the same thing. So you should be. You can get a deal. I say within your first 60 days if you put in the work in.
I love it. I
That's
love
if
it.
you put in the work in. So you know what I'm saying. Don't just think just because you join, stuff just gonna start happening. But you got to actually put the work in.
And you know, the biggest thing I tell you guys is like, I know I'm gonna bore y'all to death, but I always tell y'all like get a calendar and write your stuff down. How much stuff are you doing in an actual day? How many calls did you really make? How many, house owners, homeowners did you reach out to? How many neighborhoods did you drive by? A lot of times people be like, oh, I'm so busy, I'm doing all this work. It's got to be trackable, it's got to be traceable. It's
Yeah.
got to be some kind of notation so you know how much you do. Because O'Neal, I'm pretty sure you didn't call about, there was probably a season where you were calling 20, 30 people a day plus, right?
Yeah. So you got to realize when had a job,
Mm-hmm.
so I started in 2016. I started all this with $63 in a dream. Full time job, working 60 hours, 70 hours a week. I'm talking about from 6 to 6, Monday through Sunday, sometimes. So I was serious. I had a built a house at the time, had a girlfriend and a kid. So you got to focus on what's important. If you really want to do something, you got to sacrifice. That's the biggest thing. You
Mm-hmm.
can't go to the parties and birthday parties and go to Christmas dinners and all that if you're really trying to build. So for me, I started with $63. In my first 2 weeks, I made 3,000. First 4 months, made 50,000.
Mm-hmm.
First year, 182,000, strictly wholesaling. Bought my first rental 4 months in real estate, no money
Mm-hmm.
out my pocket. Bought 13 rentals my first year in real estate, valued at 1.3 million.
Mm-hmm.
My first year I got business credit, it was like 50 something thousand at
Mm-hmm.
23. I did my first bird deal my first year, did my first fix and flip my first year. So you can do whatever you want to do, it's just how serious you take it. If you want to
Right.
bullshit around, you'll get bullshit results. If you want to take it serious, you get serious results. That's all it is at the end of the day. And you can't blame other people for your lack of success.
Right. There's this clip I want you to just walk it through for us real quick. I think it's this clip right here. Let me put the audio on. Make sure y'all
Let's
let me know
see.
in the comments if you can hear it real quick.
Slow money, medium money, forever money.
Oh,
Fast money is wholesaling.
okay.
The medium money is like a hotel deal. You get it. We buy a house,
Yeah.
wholesale, put maybe 2,000 to 10,000 in it, sell it retail.
Okay.
So that situation, put under contract for 20,000. I put 10,000 in, paid outside, put new floors. Now I'm put on the market for 100,000.
Wow.
All within a month.
Wow.
And then you got the forever money, which is the rentals. So if you focus on all three, you never have an issue.
Never have an issue.
I hope y'all heard that. If y'all didn't hear that, let me know. But you can also go to his page and hear. Now, first things first, O'Neal, I'm gonna need the gold, no stingy energy hoodie. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and put me an order in.
I can
Okay,
get you. I
let's
can
do
get
it and
you.
get that. Let's get that right. And then, you know, when it comes to everybody wants, flash flips, flips, but you got to have an arsenal of techniques because every deal is not going to be the same, right?
Correct, correct. So for me, flipping is cool, but it don't really make sense at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Because hey, flipping. First, you're only as good as your last deal,
Mm-hmm.
and people don't talk about all the taxes you got to pay on that. So
They
that's
don't.
why I rather buy a house at a deeply discounted deal, refinance, still make my and flip money, put it in my pocket, tax free, and I'm still making cash flow money, still getting tax advantages, still getting depreciation, still getting um tax write offs.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, my net worth goes up. At the end of the day, for me, it makes more sense to buy assets instead of selling assets
Mm-hmm.
because the value goes up. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so it's a win by just buying it. But
Right.
of course, you got to buy it at a deep discount
Mm-hmm.
because you can still make. And people are cool with making $20,000 on a flip. That's crazy to me. I'm not
That's
flipping a house.
that's that's not enough.
I'm not flipping a house if I can't make
That's not
50 or
enough.
more. It's just pointless.
That's not enough.
If I'm making 20, I might as well wholesale it and make 10,000 a week rather than making 20,000 in fucking 4 months. That's stupid. You
That's
just
kind of
made
crazy.
5,000 a month. You could have made 10,000 a week.
I listen, y'all.
And you got to pay taxes on the 20,000.
That part. The thing about what people don't understand is like I don't want to say the velocity of money, but in a way, I want to say the velocity of money and time. When you guys start getting out here, you start talking to people, networking with people, finding deals. Like where I built my new construction duplex, across the street was a raggedy, rundown building house. The person been vacant. I just reached out to them. They were really, really ready to sell and let it go because they don't even live in that part of Arizona no more. And so I tell people like, once you get your feet out there and you do this, you will cure a lot of that anxiety, a lot of that stress. You literally can, it snowballs quickly if you're serious about it. right? So that's the thing I want to tell you. I love how you have the 24-year-old with 6 units. Give us a little insight on that one.
Well, that's the girl. She's about to have 11. So if you click, I don't know when that came out. Was that
I can
maybe?
click it
Yeah,
if you
click
want me
and
to.
see what date I posted. Maybe in April or something.
Let me
She's
see.
about to be at 11.
March 12th.
She's now about to be 11. That's the one that's buying 4 properties that's worth
Mm-hmm.
820 at 260.
Love it.
So she about to
Love
be
it.
11 units at 20. She just made 25.
I love
She
it.
actually working on that house right now.
See, people, y'all. Listen, so there was this thing I was telling people. I was like, these 19 to 26-year-olds, when they get serious, they don't have that fear. They don't have that adult, oh my God, my bills. I got 27 kids. Oh my God, my job. Like, they just go. They
They
go
get
hard.
good.
The
She
brain
make
is
it
clear.
happen, man. So we turned that house to it was a 3 bed, 2 bath to a 4 bed, 2 bath.
Man, that increased the equity a bunch, right?
Yes,
Let me
man.
see.
That's
Let me read this real quick. Okay. Price to price was 107. Rehab was 45,000. All in 152. The ARV is 275 to 295. Equity is 123. Man, how do people gonna say, but Erica, how do I get the equity out? Do I have to sell?
no. So
Mm-hmm.
what I recommend people do, you get a line of credit on the equity. I don't really say do a refinance. It
Mm-hmm.
just depends on your situation, your goals.
The scores,
Uh,
yeah, right now. Mm-hmm.
so if you do a refinance, you have to pay on that equity. If you
Mm-hmm.
do a line of credit, you only pay on what you use.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get a line of credit, now you can be a cash buyer. You don't have to always go to the bank. You can
Mm-hmm.
buy houses in 2, 3 days, a week. So you can move a lot faster. So I always tell people, depend on your situation, what your goals
Mm-hmm.
are. If you're trying to scale quickly, get lines of credit.
For sure. For sure. The
Because you
smaller
only
the banks, the better.
and your debt on your actually house is still
Mm-hmm.
low because you didn't go get a new loan. You kept the same loan. But let's just say I'm gonna give you an example. Let's just say a house is worth 200,000.
Mm-hmm.
You can get all the way up to 160,000. So if your original mortgage is 80, you can get
Mm-hmm.
another 80 in a line of credit. And the other 80 on the
Mm.
line of credit, you don't pay on it unless you use it. And you only pay on the interest that you use. So let's just say you max out the 80,000, you buy a house, your payment only maybe $200-300.
Right.
So it makes more sense. And you
Love
still
it.
get your 80,000
Mm-hmm.
on the asset and your payment is still low.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Listen, man, y'all, y'all don't understand. He teaching a free class right now. Y'all don't really understand. But so O'Neal, we gave him the number. They can text you. I ain't gonna take all your day, right?
Have
Gave
it
him the number. They can text you, right? You run around busy. Again, roofing, right? Were you ever a roofer before you started your roofing company? Break it down to him.
was never a roofer. Was never a roofer. So just because you own a company don't mean you got to do the work.
Thank you.
So for me, why I started the roofing company was in 2020. We had like I think 2 hurricanes back to back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Insurance companies is going crazy. They still going out of business because we had so much damage.
Right.
Like they was paying out so much they couldn't even stay afloat.
Mm-hmm.
So I had 8 claims for my insurance.
Dang.
Out of the 8 claims, my insurance company only gave me $13,000. How the hell I'm gonna fix 8 roofs with $13,000? And then what comes with high demand comes high prices.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I was like, man, it's gonna be expensive to fix these roofs.
Mm-hmm.
Then I thought about it. Why not figure out what the big roofing companies are doing, and I could just do it myself?
Mm-hmm.
So they got these big companies, you know, owned by let's just say some different type of people.
Right. Right. Right.
Let's just say they're owned by let's just say white people, Asians, whatever. When I see who's actually doing the work, it ain't white people, Asians. It's
Mm-hmm.
Latinos and Mexicans.
Mm-hmm.
So I reverse engineered how the big companies are running their company, and then I started the same thing. So they just hire people to do the work at a certain price, and they charge a price on top of that price.
Mm-hmm.
So I just did the same thing because I sold a house, I think in 2019 to Latinos,
Mm-hmm.
beat up. They fixed the roof. So went back to them and say, "Who did your roof?" She said, "My brother did the roof." Well, let me talk to your brother real quick. How much does it cost to fix this roof? He said a certain price. And then I called all these big companies and asked them, how much do y'all charge per square to fix my roof? They said another price. I think it was like at the time it may have been 220 a square to do
Mm-hmm.
the material and labor. These guys was charging $50 a square. So
Shout out to the brother.
I seen the spread in the middle, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
shit, I could just run the same play. Why would I call
Mm-hmm.
y'all if I could just call them
And hire them.
and hire them to work for me?
There you go.
And that's what I did. So all these big companies that you see that do roofing, they making like 120 to 180
Mm-hmm.
profit
Mm-hmm.
per square that's on your roof. And if you don't know what a square is, it's 10 by 10 sections.
Right. I love it. I love it. Somebody said that's a great spread.
Yeah,
uh
roof is making the bag, bro.
for sure. Corey Reynolds said, "Thank you for Middleman to Millions class." Yeah, if y'all remember, O'Neill was in there breaking it down. People loved it.
What?
Um, you know, so O'Neill, they meet with you on Tuesdays, right? Did you say Tuesday or what day did you say?
7 p.m. Central. It's
7
July.
p.m. Central. Okay, okay. 7 p.m. Central. You guys can check out the link in his Instagram. I'll have it, and the links will be inside the description, will be inside the chat. Somebody said, "Man, you bad. You said your wife ain't worked since the."
My wife ain't worked since she was
Yeah,
23. Just made
yeah. She
30
said, "I
in
need
May.
to."
7 years, man. Seven
Right,
years. Got three
for
kids.
sure. Congratulations to you as well. If y'all need
Thank
it for the gram, it's on the gram, y'all. You can see her. She bad. She good looking lady.
you.
Um, so again, people can get started with you this week. Next week, July 11th. They get in the class. They ain't got a ton of money, but there's opportunity for them to learn how to find their own deals, you guys.
Yeah.
And so Michelle talking about put me on the game. You guys hit those
Easy.
links in his bio.
That's
I will
lightweight.
definitely, I definitely will put him up here again. Again, I'm gonna share his phone number. I typed it in. Hold on. Right here. Again, you guys, you can text 337-381-0208. Text cash flow. Something a lot of y'all are gonna understand is when you start getting into the direct stream of people and environment and attitude, and I'm telling y'all, it's people keep calling you for stuff. Like I've had two people call me today trying to sell me, one, a property here, I'm in my hometown, and two, someone tried to sell me someone's lawn care business, and I'm like, thanks, but I don't. It just wasn't even on my mind. It's in Texas. I'm like, it's hot right now, girl. I gotta I'll find somebody in my group of friends I could try to recommend you to. But once you start getting traction, people find y'all. I really want y'all to understand that.
Yes, indeed.
And for your marketing, how did you first start marketing your businesses?
Like in 2018, I was like, one day I quit my job. I'm gonna want to do different things. I'm gonna want to do like I knew I wanted a construction company when I was younger because I used to see me on my grandpa. I was like, I need to have my own. So I knew in 2018 that once I quit my job, I was gonna be on my own, be an entrepreneur. I was gonna start these businesses. So in 2018, I actually started posting what I was doing. I knew I was gonna start educating people. So 2023, nobody believes nothing that you say unless you show it. So I knew back then that I had to start showing what I do so people can trust and believe what I do and want to work with me. So that's what made me start marketing how I do now. Like I post what I do, how I do it in my Instagram story. I need to start posting more on my feed. I post on my feed, but I'm more active on my Instagram stories. And that's how I start. That's how I really do my marketing: Instagram stories and actually showing people that I'm actually out in the field doing work, getting my hands dirty, and getting it done.
I love the stories. You do a great job. Um, Someone said, "How do I find a down payment?" Tell them again. They don't always need down payment.
You don't need no down payment. I'm gonna give y'all something real quick before we get out of here. So I want somebody to put in the chat. I can't see the comments, but if you could put them up real quick. Typically, when you go to a bank and they say, "Hey, we see you got this property for 100,000. We see the purchase agreement. We can give you up to 80% of the purchase price. You need to bring 20,000 down or 20% down to the closing table." Does most people say that? Put a fire emoji in the chat if most lenders say you need to bring 20% down to the closing table.
You guys put a fire emoji or a two?
Let
Because
me see.
so
Let
many
me
people
see.
at work, they had to work like, I don't even know how to do emoji.
Chat, so I don't know if they
You
got.
can't see it on your side, the StreamYard.
No, I can't see it.
Oh man, okay. When y'all throw them in there, when y'all throw the twos in there, I'm gonna show them everybody dropping the twos because they blowing this chat up. I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to follow all of it. Okay, somebody said money's everywhere. Somebody said two, two, two. Thank you, Dr. Chastity. Thank you. Let me see. Oh man, y'all moving fast. John Ditska. Thank you, Fresh Progress. Thank you, Michelle Henderson. Thank you, Jimmy Nilsson. Fire emoji. Burgundy James. Fire emoji. He's
Okay,
sparkling.
so they got some fires up, right?
Yeah, you see him here. Look, I know you can't see. I don't know why you
I
can't
can't
see on
see
your
him. I
side, but
can't
it's,
see
it's
him.
all right. I'm gonna show you. Look, boom, two,
Okay, cool,
two,
cool, cool.
fire emoji
I'm all about giving game away, right?
for
So
sure.
when a lender says I can only give you 80% of the price,
Mm-hmm.
who are you giving a down payment to?
Think about it, y'all.
Who can answer this question? When they say we only gonna give you 80% of the 100,000, who are you giving a 20% down payment to?
Boom. Sherry said the seller.
Perfect. So if you giving the money to the seller, you have to communicate with the seller and the title company. You don't
Mm-hmm.
give we're not giving down payments to the bank. Bank is giving us money. We're not giving them money. So
Mm-hmm.
again, let's go back to the beginning. What we do is solve people's problems. Your job as an investor is to solve that person's problem, which is the seller. What is
Mm-hmm.
your problem? What's going on? Why you want to sell this property? Why are you open to selling it to me?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna say, well, honestly, I know I want to sell it for 100, but I really just need 20,000 to go to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Just by us talking for a while, I heard you say you need 20,000 to move to Arizona. Would you be open to me, giving you 80,000 in the next 3 weeks? Most people
Mm-hmm.
can say yes, right? Because you're solving their problem.
Mm-hmm.
I can give you 80,000 in the next 3 weeks, but I'll be honest, the price is kind of high. I don't really don't want to pay 100,000, but I think we can make this work if you're willing to work with me. I can give you 80,000 in the next 3 weeks, but if you be open to it, would you be open to taking payments over time for the extra 20,000? Because I know you wanted 100,
Mm-hmm.
but I only can give you 80 in the next 3 weeks. Can you take payments over time for the other 20,000? I'm thinking like $200 for the next 3 years. So now you just went to the closing table. You didn't bring nothing out of pocket. Nothing came out your pocket because now you're 100% financed. You have
Mm-hmm.
two mortgages. You have one mortgage with the bank, and now you have another mortgage with the seller. The seller did seller financing for your down payment. So how this works is you have to make sure whatever you buying, it makes sense for you to do a cash out refi to pay these people back.
Mm-hmm.
You have to make money on top of the two mortgages that you have. So if your first mortgage is 300, your second one is 200, you got to be making at least $900 to cover both those mortgages, and now you're still making $300.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? You have to communicate with the seller and the title company. You don't say, "Hey,
Mm-hmm.
bank, I don't have the 20% down, but the seller says you're gonna own a finance me. Is that okay?" You don't do that. You got to be a professional.
Yeah.
You communicate who you have to communicate with. You don't just tell everybody your business. You tell the right person your business.
Right.
And banks do that all day. They do this every single day in commercial.
Listen, you don't have to over explain. And there's something I tell people: confidence in knowing what you're doing goes a long way.
Every day.
Because you're like, I don't know if this is okay. Let me ask the title company. Let me call these people back. Let me call this other people
It's
back. Like,
okay. You got to be
chill.
confident in what you about to say. Hey,
Yeah.
for 100, make sure you write a promissory note for 20,000. I'm gonna pay them 200 for the next 3 years and a balloon payment for the rest.
Mm-hmm.
The title company will do it. That's all you got to pay
Mm-hmm.
is an extra $200 or whatever for them
Yep.
to write it up. They'll do it.
Man.
That's all you got
Okay.
to do.
Okay. Look, somebody
Don't
said, I
make
need
it
your
hard.
course. I need your class.
Yeah, text me, man. Text me. This is all day. And my classes go from an hour to 3 hours because I really give the game and I care about the people that's in my family. I call everybody family because
For sure.
you're really a family. You trusting me to teach you is really a marriage. 50%. You do the work, I give you the game.
For sure. For sure. Listen, I love it. Y'all might see me in there. I
Yeah.
like hearing good conversation. I like rapping with people. Um, Listen, y'all, it's so much opportunity out here. It's endless. Don't shortchange yourself. Um, Again, text that number. Tell him you saw him on the Classy Climb. You saw him on Erica's channel. Can you give me a little discount? Can you work with me, brother? Any of that stuff. But be serious.
I'm gonna do a code. The code could be Ericka. It's not
That'll
up
work.
yet. It's not up
That'll
yet.
work.
Text me. I'm gonna text you the code.
The code. If you can't make it, Erica, he gonna text you the code. Make sure y'all text them numbers, man. So again, the best thing I can recommend for y'all is to get in a position in any recession or any climate, really, where you're not only can create deals, find deals, and market yourself. Make opportunities for yourself. You don't have to wait. Oh man, I'm trying to save money, Erica. I'm trying to save $50,000 to do like, but hey,
Don't
like
save
get
nothing. Get to work. Take too
listen.
long to save some money. Shit.
People like, I'm gonna save 50,000. You go in 10 years, I'm gonna be ready, Erica. I'm really gonna try to do
You can
something.
make 50,000 in 30 days, man. You know how long it take to save 50,000? It might take 50 years. Shit.
I'm saving $500 a month, and I'll be like, I'm not knocking people saving. I want you to be saving money, but I also want you to really pay attention to people in motion. Get
Go
you
up,
some
go up real
motion.
quick, Erica. Go up real quick. Let me show
Oh, I'm
y'all
sorry.
something real quick. Let me show y'all something.
Okay, I'm going up. Where am I going up to?
Go up a little bit more. A little bit more.
I'm going some more.
A little bit more. A little bit more.
Okay, I'm going.
All right, boom. Stop. Go to one all the way to the left.
This one.
Boom. Click down. This man bought 10 units.
Mm-hmm.
No banks. No credit needed.
Man. And his title says, after 4 months of working, this lead is finally closed on a 10-door portfolio today. Shout out to O'Neill Parker and how to become the bank family. I'm so grateful for this day. This is just the beginning. Security title escrow, Lafayette,
10
Louisiana.
units. He been with me probably about a year. He got 11 units. All purchase, no money out of pocket, no banks.
Mm-hmm.
Or the first I need a bank. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Man. Okay, y'all, did you
It
see
goes
it?
on. The next post, she bought a property with. She was in my group for 4 weeks. She bought a rental, no money out of pocket.
She
That's a
ready.
number right there. Purchase price 50, ARV, it appraised for 170.
Love it. Equity 110,000. Man. There's so many comments I can make on this, but y'all, I'm telling you, get the jet stream with somebody. If you don't get a jet stream with me, you don't get a jet stream with other people you find. Try O'Neill, man. Like, don't just be out there like, I'm thinking about it. I want to do it. You telling your family you thinking about it, and again, they can't help you get where you're trying to go. I'm not trying to oversell anything or anybody, but I always tell people, why am I tell the same three people the same stuff? They not doing it. They're not in the jet stream. Get around people who are doing it.
They
So
can't see receipts.
there you go. There you go.
I would say don't trust them, but that's up to you.
The fun thing I like doing is I like doing tours of properties. I'd be like, everybody come into town, come tour my stuff.
Yeah, I'm actually about to be somebody that's in the mentorship group after this.
I love it. I
You
love
can
it
pull up on me because I do this all day, every day.
for sure. So all right, you guys, listen. This is your girl Erica from the Classic Climb Ball. This is O'Neill Parker, Louisiana's best. I want y'all to reach out to him, go to his Instagram, harass him, do all that stuff. Do that over there. He is on Instagram. He will respond, or him and his staff will respond. You guys get into the jet stream, right? So again, somebody said, thank you, Eric. Always a great show. Sharif said, great show. Listen, text that number. Say your number one more time.
Let me get it.
337. Hold on, look, I'll pull it. I wrote it down, so I know it's new. 337-381-0208. Again, 337-381-0208. Listen, why? Because text him. What's the word they texting you? Cash flow?
Cash flow.
Cash flow. And then if he asks
Oh,
you
just
this.
for Ericka, folks.
All right, cash flow. Okay, again, he got a discount. Just drop that name, Erica. Let him talk to you. All right. Somebody said I already sent it. Somebody said I texted immediately. Great show.
I love it. Love it.
All right, you guys. Man, thank you, O'Neill. Thank you for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Hey, man, appreciate you for having me once again. I'm going to have to come back more often. I like this energy. It's good energy. And
Man,
shout out to the people, man, for coming on for your lunch break.
listen, I'm going to come your way at some point here in September. I think I have to be in New Orleans for something or Baton
Yeah?
Rouge for something. Yeah.
I'm about to say, you might have to pull up. If you could come to Houston, I got an event just for students only.
When is it?
September 2nd in Houston.
September 2nd. Is that the same we see in TCU versus Colorado? If Deion Sanders up there, I might have to go check it, but we're going to do it. September 2nd in Houston. Okay. I'm making notes.
Yeah, that's family only event.
All right. I wrote it down. Listen, you guys, don't miss out. A lot of opportunities. I meant to tell you, that's what it was. One of my students has a farm in Shreveport, near Shreveport or something to that effect, like an hour outside of it or something. But they got a huge farm, cattle. They doing it big. I love seeing it.
Nice.
So I'll be out that way in a little bit. But All right, you guys. They already said people saying they texted. I love it. Be
All right.
blessed, everybody. Thank you, O'Neal. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming in
Yeah.
and dropping on the classy climb. And be good, man.
Appreciate y'all. Peace.
All right, later.